Zdravo svima. Izvinjavamo se na kašnjenju programa. Ovo je trenutno otvaranje drugog dana konferencije Forum socijalnih inovacija, takozvani SIF 2020. godine. Ja želim da se zahvalim svima vama koji nas gledate i takođe da pozdravim sve naše partnere i sve goste koji su bili na konferenciji juče i koji će biti sa nama do kraja nedelje. I takođe da se zahvalim i momcima iz Reflektor teatra koji su nam ovo omogućili. Što se tiče SIF-a, SIF je godišnja konferencija koju Smart Kolektiv organizuje već 7. godinu za redom zajedno sa partnerima. I ono što je ideja zapravo ove naše konferencije jeste da ona bude mesto za učenje, za razgovor o tome na koji način možemo da rešimo različite društvene, ekološke probleme, ali pre svega da to bude na inovativan, održiv način, ali i na fair, solidaran i pravedan način. Ono što je naša današnja tema jeste šta zapravo o svemu ovome misle mladi i koliko su danas generacije, odnosno generacije koje danas stasavaju, koliko su osvešćene po pitanju različitih društvenih i ekoloških izazova sa kojima se mi kao društvo i generalno svet suočavamo i koje urgentno treba da rešavamo i koliko ta osvešćenost možda utiče na njihov izbor posla, izbor zanimanja kojim želi da se bave i kako u stvari oni možda imaju, da li imaju neku veću potrebu za tim, odnosno na neke starije generacije da se bave poslom koji su poslovi sa svrhom, sa misijom, koji donose ujedno i njima neku dobit i korist, ali su zapravo donosi pozitivnu promenu za čitavu zajednicu. I takođe želimo da postavimo pitanje šta mi kao sektor možemo da uradimo da bismo podržali sve ove mlade socijalne preduzetnike i preduzetnice na njihovom putu. Da ja sad ne bih više dužila, želim da da predstavim našeg prvog gosta. U pitanju je moderator Miloš Paunović. Miloš je, kako sam kaže, čovek sa dva šešira, sa jedne strane dugi niz godina aktivan u civilnom sektoru, jedan je od koosniva organizacije Pridružite, a takođe je CSR menadžer u kompaniji Nordeus, tako da balansira između ta dva pravca, privatni sektor i s druge strane ljubav prema mladim socijalnim preduzetnicima, da tako kažem. Miloše, dobrodošli, hvala ti na učešću i ja se sad odjavljujem. Srećno.
Hvala ti, Jelena, na ovom uvodu. Imamo danas jedan sjajan panel, tako da ja neću uzimati previše vremena. Ono što je važna informacija je da će panel biti na engleskom, tako da ću se odmah prebaciti na engleski, pošto imamo internacionalne goste. Okay, today we will talk about the first panel will be, and the first part of the program we will talk about how are we supporting young social entrepreneurs in their endeavors in different countries, in different parts of the world. The intro that I want to give it's a very simple one, and it's something that I really like to emphasize. Becoming an entrepreneur is extremely hard, and especially there's a lot of opportunities, but the road, the adventure is very, very hard, and there are so many obstacles. When you add to that this thing that we are doing here, the social part, social entrepreneur, then that becomes maybe 10 times harder, and it's something that is super challenging. And when you add on top of that young social entrepreneurs, it's something that is on a borderline with impossible. So programs that we are running in our countries, in different communities for social entrepreneurs that are helping them develop themselves, develop their businesses, and start working in the sector they're extremely important. And it's something that we will talk about today. We have 3 amazing guests today, and I would like to call Adrian, that is project coordinator at Group SOS Pools, to present himself and his programs. Adrian. Guys, can we have Adrian in present himself? Yeah.
Here I am.
Hey, Adrian.
Hello.
Stage is yours.
Hello, Miller. Thank you very much for this quick introduction. Indeed, I'm Adrian Delaby. I'm a project coordinator for Group SOS Pulse. I will share my screen in 1 second to give more information about this. Meanwhile, thank you very much for inviting me to this very interesting topic on social entrepreneurship at an international level. So as I said, I am working for Group SOS Pulse, and it's a French-based NGO based in Paris, which operates most of its activities at an international level with the core missions of promoting and supporting social entrepreneurship concepts, but even more social entrepreneurs themselves to develop their ideas and their social business at every stage and in different locations. So as I said, it's international activities implementations where we have most of our programs in Africa, as well as in France, and we have a program called RISE in the Western Balkans, which I will tell you a bit more about it right after this, as I'm the project coordinator for RISE. And how do we support entrepreneurs in all of these projects? We first of all set up in all of those locations some support programs where entrepreneurs can apply and join in order to have access to different facilities and network and trainings and coach in order to help them support their ideas development from the beginning to the end through those programs. We set up physical spaces called incubators where those entrepreneurs can have access to a space to work from and to the community that is created around this physical space. The community is part of the networking, which is one of the most important and most demanding aspects of an entrepreneur, to have access to experts, to alumni, and to mentors in order to get knowledge from the outside and outsiders and to evolve with those networks. And finally, all the organizations we work with, we give the means to foster social innovation through different capacity buildings or trainings in order to raise their capacity and to improve constantly the support program that we implement and to make them up to date to the challenges of each local situation and ecosystem. There's 4 more social incubators that are the core activities of Group SOS Pulse. And we have Le Labes in Tunisia since 2012, which operate programs to support NGOs in developing sustainable business models, and as well programs for young entrepreneurs to develop their startups. We have Le Comptoir in Montreuil, which is right next to Paris in France since 2014. And they as well implement support programs for entrepreneurs. They are currently having one specifically on circular economy, as it is one of the key topics that is addressed in France right now due to the environmental crisis. And I got lucky enough to work with Le Comptoir for a period of time last year. So I got in touch with those entrepreneurs. We have as well Bidaya in Morocco, Casablanca, and I also got lucky enough to work in Bidaya for 1 year in Casablanca. And I got to discover a lot the Moroccan mindset toward entrepreneurship and towards social entrepreneurship, and how the projects were local oriented and how they answered the local communities' problematics. And finally, we have Oribi Village, which is the most recent one we opened in 2018, based in Cape Town. And they operate programs currently focused on food tech, as it is one of the main concerns and where there is the most challenges in the poorest communities around the South Africa. We are currently implementing a new incubator in Senegal, but all of those incubators here have already supported more than 260 social startups through their programs. And this brings me to another program that is run as a project by Group SOS Pulse, that we call RISE. And I hope a lot of people that are listening got to hear about it, as it's a regional project implemented in the Western Balkans by a consortium. We work with RICO, the Regional Youth Cooperation Office, Groupe SOS Pulse, of course, the CYN Southeast European Network, Institut Français, and OFAGE. And RISE, meaning Regional Incubator for Social Entrepreneurs, as one core mission of opening new spaces of reconciliation for the youth of the Western Balkans through social entrepreneurship. So we have really two important dimensions in this that we want to emphasize in this project is the youth mobility and reconciliation through the region through different activities that are meant for all the participants and supportive entrepreneurs to meet each other. And the second dimension being social entrepreneurship, which we aim to support social entrepreneurs from ideation phase to develop their ideas into a social entrepreneurial business, and to have support for this. As that said, we operate in Western Balkan 6 with Smart Collective as our partners in Serbia, implementing a support program for entrepreneurs. We work with Nestovice in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Tenopolis in Montenegro, Yunus Social Business in Albania, Arno in North Macedonia, and Balkan Queen Foundation in Kosovo. And we are about to celebrate the first year of implementation of the program tomorrow. And we are very happy to have closed a call for applications this weekend, open to young people that want to develop their ideas. And we got no less than 257 applicants for the first support program we're going to implement through RISE and this regional incubator for social entrepreneurs. And so I invite you to have a look on the website, RISE website, and to learn more about it and to get in touch with us, of course. And I'm very happy to be there in this discussion to bring my inputs on my experience in Paris, in Morocco, and as well from what I've seen in the Western Balkans since I'm here. So thank you for this. I will.
Thank you, Adrian. Can you please tell me, how do you choose in which country are you working?
So it's very much creating partnership first with the ecosystem, and we analyze the needs and the opportunities of creating such activities. And as well, it's depending on opportunities in terms of fundings, because we are NGOs activities. We are not social entrepreneurship ourselves, but we promote social entrepreneurship. So it's on both sides, looking for opportunities to create, and as well engaging with local partners that wants to work with us and to develop new programs and to raise their capacity and become part of Groupe SOS Pulse network.
Cool. Thank you so much. Next guest is Ghassan. Ghassan is CEO and founder of Parachute 16, and he will talk more about what they're doing and present himself. Hey, Ghassan.
Hello, guys. How are you? Actually, thank you so much for this opportunity. I think anybody would talk after Adrian will be after this great work. Actually, we cannot add more. So thank you, Adrian, for this great work. Actually, I'm very excited, and as a team, Parachute, very excited to be part of this. First, I would love to thank our amazing partner and supporter, Ivana, for actually give us this opportunity to be part of this forum. And actually, this is the true meaning of partnerships, how social enterprises can support each other. So thank you, Ivana, so much for this. Parachute 16, it's an impact design house, specialized in entrepreneurship and innovation. So what we do, basically, we build capacity, connect, inspire, and empower social entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs in Jordan and MENA region. We work today with 8 Arab countries. What we do, basically, we build business incubators and accelerators for social entrepreneurs, as well as developing and designing interactive edutainment models that support them to come up with real, scalable social products that help them to scale in their country and other in Arab region. Also, we do build supportive communities that gathers the government, that gathers the impact investors, ecosystem players, and entrepreneurs themselves together into online and offline forms where they can actually collaborate and build partnerships together. Also, we do support the social entrepreneurs in the terms of very technical, detailed models that support them to grow their impact in the region. Once we say technical support, we are saying from impact investment sourcing, we are saying mentorship models, we are saying technical models, even if some of our entrepreneurs, they are building a technology around the social solutions or social challenges. Also, in part of that we are engaged the private sector to support social entrepreneurs by building corporate innovation models for the corporates in the region. And after building them internally, they are becoming more into supporting the social entrepreneurs in the real world. So we are very happy that we built more than 95 social incubators in Jordan and the region. We are very happy that we work directly with social entrepreneurs without getting any fund from them. So we support only entrepreneurs by building collaboration and partnerships with the private sector, international NGOs and NGOs, as well as the government. So because in Jordan, we actually moved forward, we moved step forward by having a new formed Ministry of Entrepreneurship in Jordan, where actually they are one of its roles is to support social entrepreneurship in Jordan. So yeah, we work in Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, Morocco, Egypt, Palestine, Kuwait, and yeah, here we go.
Okay, Ghassan, thank you so much. You're also amazing work. Come on.
Thank you.
You're doing so many things. And our third guest is Sarah. Sarah, from program manager from Razlivalište. She's working on Social Impact Award. Sarah, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Milos. Thank you, Ivana, and all the Smart Collective team for inviting me today. I will share my screen just in a few seconds. Okay. So today, I will talk more about Social Impact Award program. First of all, I would like to introduce myself, and I would like to introduce organization that I'm coming from. So I'm project manager of Social Impact Award program. Organization Razlivalište implements that program in Serbia. So Razlivalište is an organization created in 2014 with the idea of introducing young people to social entrepreneurship and creating an encouraging environment for the development of youth entrepreneurship. So what is actually Social Impact Award program? Social Impact Award program has been invented in 2009. And since then, it promotes the knowledge and practice of social entrepreneurship among youth from Africa and Asia. So we are raising awareness for social entrepreneurship, offering an educational program guiding from vague intentions to a social venture, giving access to network of peers and professionals, and by directly supporting the most promising ventures. So that four keywords of our program actually are awareness, education, community, and support. And we actually create new fourth generation of change. We have that direct impact on youth, create awareness around social entrepreneurship as a potential career. Also, we provide the youth with the necessary input to fund a social enterprise. We support the youth with that know-how incubation and seed funding. And also we enable the youth to get feedback from experts and peers. So this is a timeline actually of our project, how we are doing that. So first of all, we are starting with the yearly call. And after that, we promote our program during the workshops and events. After the submission deadline, we are selecting the most promising ideas. So we are choosing 10 finalists who are going to incubation process. Incubation process is actually intensive prototyping period, and all of the teams, they got their mentors and they have a chance to talk with the experts during the workshops. So this is the process that lasts for 3 months, and after that, our jury members are choosing winners. So our winners are getting financial support, like 1,500 euros, and of course, mentor support from their mentors during the next period. So after that award ceremony, our winners actually are going to see a summit. That is a global gathering of all winners' teams. Social Impact Award is international project, as I said. So SIA Summit is very specific and one of our favorite part of the year, because our participants have a chance to meet the other participants from the other countries that implement Social Impact Award projects. So it is really useful and interesting for all of them. And of course, alumni support, empowering future leaders is also a big part of our program. So we can say that SIA has a different countries, but also one vision. We are implementing SIA, or Social Impact Award program, in Serbia for 6 years. So we can say that we are definitely very proud of our alumni and also on our participants when we can see the changes that they make, and of course their success and everything that actually they are doing. So also, yeah, I would like to add that we are using that international platform. So this is the way of communication and connection our participants with the other countries, so they can share their experience and also knowledge. They can talk about the problems that they are maybe struggling together and all of it. So yes, it would be something in short by myself. Okay, I hope so that, okay. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you well. Thank you so much for the presentation. And as you saw, we have like 3 very amazing guests that are covering so many countries and so many different programs that they're doing in their communities. So my idea for this panel is for us to understand and maybe compare and try to understand like the wider picture. Who are these young social entrepreneurs in their realities, and what are the different things that we are doing to support them, and maybe how we can make these opportunities more available for different young entrepreneurs in the future by introducing those into our educational systems, government systems, etc. So for the audience, if you guys like, you can ask questions for our participants. You can do it on YouTube channel. You can do it on Facebook. We will have the section. We will leave maybe 10-15 minutes in the end to cover those questions. So please feel free to ask whatever you want to hear from our guests. What I would like to hear, guys, especially from Kassan and Adrian, can you please tell me who are the social entrepreneurs, these young social entrepreneurs in your realities, in your communities? Who are they? What are their realities? What are their needs? What is their profile? We most of us understand that from Serbia, but I think it's something that we need to understand how that looks in other countries.
Yeah, actually, we should know that the Arab region or the MENA region countries, it's actually very, very, very different countries. So one of them, they are very rich, they have many opportunities everywhere, and they have many resources. Another, actually, I would not say poor countries, but I would say people, they should work so hard to make opportunities. So we should understand this. So and we should know that 71% out of our population are youth. So this is one of the biggest. They say it challenges. I don't say it. They say it as big unemployment challenge, but we see it. It's a very huge opportunity for us to make a real impact in our region. I will start by Jordan, then I will go further to other Arab countries that we work at. But I can say that about Jordan, about Palestine, about Egypt. I can actually say some of the governorates in some of the Arab countries, not in the capital itself, because the capital usually it has the full resources, the people that are very interactive together, and so on. So in Jordan, I know a very successful entrepreneur in Jordan. He is 10 years old. His name is Laith, and he was actually facing a challenge. And he actually saw a challenge in front of him, that he saw a very poor lady, mom actually, I think it's 55 years old mom, that she is working at night in the streets trying to sell foods, okay, to support and feed her family. So he say, hey, look, and he is actually from the middle up class family. So can you imagine this? So he does not actually face this challenge himself, but he has a value. 10 years old, 10 years old. So he has this, how this lady working at night, 2 very long hours and so on. So he started something called Life Boxes. Life Boxes, it's actually a platform where you go online and say, listen, today I have 20 people that are coming to my house. So I need to make an interactive like gathering. So he actually go online and buy, let's say I need to feed the 20 people pizza. So his box will be prepared by any poor woman. You're gonna have the sauce, gonna have the olive, gonna have the oil together, not cooked, only the ingredients together, and it will be shipped to your home, and you're gonna make the fun part at your house, feed your people. So actually supporting more than 50, I think today 50 women, and he is growing 10 years only. Yes, he has a full support from his mother and actually his father, and his father actually is one of the supporter for social entrepreneurs in Jordan. But I mean, he is trying to do something, and he also donating 50% of his income after tax, of course, to another NGO that feeds people.
Amazing.
So
Amazing,
yeah.
really.
So this guy, he is 10 years old, but also I have another people that are 25 years old. They finished the university. They face a challenge that they don't have a jobs in Jordan. So they try to come up with a solution that might impact people. So they make like it's called good socks. Good socks. It sucks. Okay, it sucks with a very social coats, and every socks you buy, like any food bottle, food bottle. It's like, name it. It might be hummus, if you know hummus. It's like this. It's a food bottle. And you have the socks inside this bottle. So once you buy this socks, this one bottle will be donated to another poor family. So they are scaling so high, they are getting impact investment very soon, and they are doing very well. So I cannot say, and also I have 65 years old, a very old, amazing, pretty lady. She is one of the very far governorate in Jordan. It's in the north of Jordan, very close to Syria borders. She made a very small NGO to support women to make agriculture solutions. So she started by, I think, 200 euros, 300 euros. And the women around her start making like, fruits and so on. They start selling. Today, her capital, it's 1 million GOD, which is 1 million euro, I think. So she is doing within only 3 years, huh?
Yeah.
So we don't have like, I'm personally, I'm not into like labeling those they are social entrepreneurs, but we have 10 years, 25 years, 65 years, pretty lady.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Kasan.
Thank you.
And Adrian, for you, how in your like older realities and countries that you're working on, who are these young social entrepreneurs?
I wouldn't say all the entrepreneurs we have are 10 years old or around, but indeed, I do believe that even at this age, you can be a social entrepreneur, and only some programs and as you said as well, Yashan, most of the entrepreneurs they ideally come from a personal story that they live and see. And nowadays, young people question a lot what they see and what they leave as social problem and environmental problem, and this leads to an idea. And that is why those support programs are created, in order to not have those young people keep these ideas on the side and in a box, but to actually unleash it and to develop it for real, in order to get it active and out there. And I would say that most of the entrepreneurs we are supporting are young people that get out, for example, of their study or for a job, and they're looking for something new, but they want to bring purpose actually and use what they are good at into something better. And so that brings to a personal story and this experience that bring them to the motivation to actually get active and join a support program where we help them. And I think one thing in common we notice a lot is that what those people that want to develop their ideas are lacking is the business side, because most of them are experts in their field, in something. So they are a teacher, a really good teacher, or a really good engineer that develops a project that can help people, or they are in the medicine field, or they are in anything very specific, but they don't have the business mindset that allows, which is very important on social entrepreneurship, which is the most challenging actually challenge on social entrepreneurship. The social brings the social to a business. And so that's what they all have in common to me, despite that indeed there is different countries with different development and different ideas, but all of them have these ideas from a personal story and these competencies that they want to use for social good.
Nice, thank you so much. Sarah, can you tell me how we're of course in a very peculiar time in history of mankind with this COVID-19 situation. How this pandemic impacted young social entrepreneurs and future social entrepreneurs? How this pandemic, if there is any change, how did it change the way how we can support them and how they do their work?
Yeah, of course. I think that COVID actually influenced on all of us, especially if we are talking about digitalization and everything. So we have noticed about ventures and about young social entrepreneurs that they pretty modify their project and all of their work to online version. So especially if we are talking about online sales, if we are talking about upgrading of promotion and of using social networks as a outreach campaign. So yeah, we can see that a lot. But what is actually how to say that actually. So I think that all of them.
Did they change the way how they work?
Can you repeat the second part?
Yeah. Did they change the way how they work?
Sorry. So actually, what they did, they transformed that to that online form. But basically, they are using the same things. We have seen a lot of examples that they wanted to find a way for doing things like producing masks or something like that. So they weren't just like, okay, COVID happened and that's all. They have that state of mind. So they are looking for another ways to increase all of that their capacity. So I think that I'm not sure if I answered on your question.
Yeah, I think you did. I think the main thing is that
I think
a lot of things in business models and the way of work changed online, and it's more focused on that part of the digital part of the spectrum. Gassan, Adrian, do you have some inputs from your perspectives?
Yeah, indeed, there is a lot of digitalization, not only for entrepreneurs, but also the way we support them as well, and the way we work with entrepreneurs is being digitalized as much as we can, unfortunately, but as well, it's emphasized the importance of it, and some entrepreneurs switch to a more digital one. On my side, I have also an input regarding the level of development of those social entrepreneurs. We have seen that there was a positive impact regarding all the entrepreneurs that have an idea and that, as I said earlier, have it in the box, but don't take it out. And this crisis have made a lot of people think about a lot, and a lot of people decided to actually, okay, maybe it's time to try to get it out. And we've seen it through a call for application in the different support program we propose, where we got much more applicants that are coming out and saying, okay, now I want to actually get active and go towards social impact in my activities. So that's kind of a positive thing. On the other side, the negative thing is for the entrepreneurs that were already ready to go in the market or starting their activities and that know how to evolve in a very complicated markets, and each of their markets, depending on where they are from, are complicated anyway. So on those stage of development, it's much more complicated indeed for the entrepreneurs.
For me, actually, I have two different perspectives. The first one, yes, we are going very digital, and we are expanding so high, and the demand is actually going so high on the digital solutions, and we can see how many amazing solutions they are doing, especially for education and interactive educational part and solutions, especially for families and so on. And I will share one of the amazing platforms in Jordan. It's called the Friends, or a friend. It's called Sadiq in Arabic. So one of the platforms that supports the families how to interact with their children. But for me, I see another perspective, because we saw the behavior of people is changing, and the lockdown have been taught us differently, especially in Jordan, because we have been through very, very, very strict lockdown in Jordan, and we were not allowed to actually only to walk to our supermarkets. We were not allowed to actually use our cars and so on. So all that, people, they say it's a lockdown, it's not a good thing, but we see it's a very good thing, because there's a new kind of social businesses has been come up. It's called the neighborhood social businesses. So we can tell that the youth in their areas and countries and actually cities, they are coming up with new neighborhood businesses. Once we say neighborhood businesses or social businesses, they are businesses that serving the community and supporting the families, even parents, even elderly people and so on, to live better in their lives. So today we're going to have a new kind of gyms in our cities. We're going to have another way of people, they interact with elderly people. You're going to see new handmade shops in the country. You're going to see a huge change in the type of neighborhood social businesses that actually does not work online. It does work offline. So you're going to see the huge change in this actually era of digital form.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Gaston, so much. Guys, the one thing that I'm very passionate about is how we can, the things we are doing in our programs and the support we are offering, we have impact, but that impact is limited. The thing I'm somewhat very, I really like to think about it is how we can increase that impact, in the sense how we can offer that support to more and more people. So what I would like to hear from you is, what are the things that you saw that are working very well in your programs, that are offering like the biggest impact when it comes to support to entrepreneurs? And maybe, is there any way how we can introduce those mechanics into our society, into our educational system? Is there a way how we can give that kind of impact to more people? Whoever wants to pitch in first.
I can say first. In our program, I would definitely say that is experts and mentors support. So we cover actually a lot of topics that are very interesting and very useful for our participants, like researching of their target group, prototyping, marketing, communications, and of course budget, financial, all of that really important tools that they will be very useful for their project. So I think that is something that worked very well for these 6 years, because we are doing that for 6 years, and I think that's a great thing. But when we are talking about that educational part and about our system, and just like you said, Miloš, I think that social entrepreneurship, I mean, topics of social entrepreneurship are not so into the our educational system enough that they supposed it, and they how actually they should be. So I think that that is something that should make our young people more active, and something that will show to them how actually powerful they are, and how big things actually they can make if we just show to them how, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so one thing is mentorship support and giving them power and helping them understand the social entrepreneurship and how they can do it. Cool. Adrian?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I may add something that I lived in Morocco mostly. It was very impressive, the importance of the belonging to a community. Because entrepreneurs, when they get into their ideas of getting active and developing the ideas, the first wall they're in front is that they are alone. And most of people don't understand the concept of social entrepreneurship to support them. And once they actually join a support program to get trainings, experts, etc., they don't know it, but they join a community. And the importance of it is the feeling of belonging is what keep them motivated for long. And it can be very simple. I was working in Bidaya in Morocco, and when entrepreneurs join the program, we say, no, you're part of the Bidaya family. And a Bidaya family is a concept, but technically it's a simple WhatsApp group where all the alumni are gathered and communicate and welcome everyone. And it's very active, and it's the most active community I've seen. And as well, it's Bidaya family is exchanging every time you meet someone, send pictures to everyone, and have a professional exchange on peer support, etc. And so this community belonging is a key for entrepreneurs to keep being motivated and not feeling alone when they are facing all those people that don't understand what they're doing as social business. And it's very reassuring. So I think this is one of the concepts that is the most important in an organization that wants to support entrepreneurs, is to gather them, because they are people that have the same value and that they can help each other a lot through this.
Actually, I cannot agree more with Adrian, because it was my point. Actually, I think what makes the most important and the most valuable, impactful thing is to be real us. Which means once we build something for social entrepreneurs, we build it fully holistic model. Once we are saying holistic model, it's not only about build capacity of actually like reshaping the idea or reshaping the product or validate. Yes, that it's a very technical thing. It's super nice and wow, it's good. But we have it already. We have it under any social entrepreneur. He or she has been through a burning phase that he or she saw a very challenging thing, and it's a burning phase, something within themselves that inspires them and actually moving them forward. But I think the most important thing to do is to share and open doors for opportunities and make a network around. This is what makes social entrepreneurship flying. Today I'm here because I belong to a community, and I belong to an organization that I am so fortunate enough to meet Ivana. Actually, we work together, and Ivana invited me to be part here today. Today, I don't know how many people are watching us, but at least if somebody, one person might know more about Ghassan after 1 year or 2 years, would love to work in Arab region and MENA region. Hey, look, I listened to somebody, his name is Ghassan Halawa, he works at Parachute 16. I'm gonna build a partnership with him. This is how we make a successful social enterprises in the region. Even actually, I worked in Europe, I work in America and US, everywhere. I think the most important thing for social entrepreneurship is community, partnerships, real people together. It's not about only skills, it's about real people together, period.
Thank you, Ghassan. I think you're totally right. Let's see if we have any questions from the audience. There is one. I think it's of course 10-year-old inspired a lot of people. So the question is, how do we discover and inspire youth that have intentions like this 10-year-old? How do we get our message across to them?
Bring
I
them
guess
together.
Ghassan, you can tell us how this really happened, and then we can see if there are some other ways we can do it.
I will tell you guys. First, we don't underestimate the impact of social media. It's a very important thing. We have a huge, amazing impact of social media to share proper things, good things, and story telling models on social media that support people to think. In any social entrepreneurship or innovation venture, we have stages. The first stage is a burning phase. So as any social entrepreneur, he or she might live this challenge, or might saw this challenge, or might felt this challenge on other people. So there is something burning phase, something within burning. So I think even if he or she 10 years old or 20 years old or something, they have something to move on. But they cannot take people, let's say, to environment that's not supportive, does not actually respect the new ideas, does not respect or encourage coming up with the new ideas, to tell them, hey guys, come and start being social entrepreneurs. So we thought first have as a family today, Laith, he has an amazing parents. Okay, that's why he is supported. But I think first we should think that everybody can do it. Everybody can do it if they are passionate enough. But I will not talk about Laith in specific, because it's like some people say it's a cheesy story, because it's not actually. But I will talk about people that are 25 years old, 30 years old. You should know sometimes that because we are in the developing countries, we have the chance in education, transportation, and so many things. So I think if we build the proper supportive communities and allowing people to get in, not make a bubble like a social entrepreneurship ecosystem, blah 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 blah, and ask people to come in, this is how we can scale this unbelievable impact. So we should bring people together first, people together, respect each other, and supporting each other to grow. Then we're gonna see the huge impact.
Thanks, Adrian. Sarah, some thoughts?
Yeah, if I may complete, and thank you for this very true answer. I will complete, I think, with the idea of anyone can do it, but it needs to have in front of him at some point the concept of social entrepreneurship in order to have a spark and get active. And I think education programs should be oriented to the youth, and this concept should be brought to the people through the parkour into education. And it's actually being done in several countries through different programs, such as Enactus, for example, which is a university programs association which encourage students to develop their social entrepreneurship ideas around the ecosystem of students. And this is where most of the projects and people that get passionate about it get out of their study and actually get active into social entrepreneurship. But I think anyone who have an idea of this concept can, at least with this idea, think about it in the future, and then in the next career, it will come up with knowing about it. And the main problem is nowadays, not everyone has this concept in mind, and it's not a revolutionary concept. It's very simple concept, but it's not educated. They are not educated to it. And so just having some simple education programs within the education parcours, so within the schools and the universities, will make a drastic change into the people perception towards social and business together.
Yeah, I also think that. Thank you so much. And we have a few more minutes until the end. So I would like to close this talk with just very short answer, a minute answer from all of you guys. Did you change the way are you going to change the way how you're supporting young entrepreneurs and social entrepreneurs in 2021 because of the COVID and the whole situation and the whole paradigm change. Are there any things that you're going to do differently? Whoever wants, it's open. No.
For us, actually, yes. After the COVID in the April, we introduced another 11 online services for social entrepreneurs. And it was by product, actually. After we saw a huge demand on some services for social entrepreneurs, and we are changing them. In our industry, in our social innovation industry, there is things are fixed. Connecting people together, sharing tools, change the basics are fixed, so we cannot change them. The way we deliver them, it might be changed. So actually, we are on a very reputable, esteemed organizations and networks that we are bringing people together again and again, because even the strong people, they have been a very challenging moments last few months. So we are bringing people together more in too many different forms. But I think what happened positively in the COVID, that the government are being closed to the social entrepreneurs, even at least in Jordan and in some Arab countries that we work at, and they are listening very carefully, and very happy that we are in Jordan 3 days ago. We were really in very real movements to change the laws in Jordan, to have a very flexible law for social entrepreneurs that would not have been happened without having COVID supporting us to be closer and closer. So I think this is the thing that we are happy for, and we wish by collaborating, anybody now is listening to us, it's this is the space, this forum is the platform for us to collaborate more, to reach out to each other, and let's do it and be actually different in our execution.
Thank you, Ghassan. Adrian, Sarah. Are you going to change anything in regarding the way you're supporting young social entrepreneurs in the future because of COVID? Sarah, you go.
Oh. I don't know if it's
so I would add.
Go, Sarah, go.
Who's going first?
You can go.
Okay, thank you. So I think that we are not definitely change all of the program, but we will be more focused of some vulnerable areas. For example, financial support. I think it will be very important for our participants in the next years because of the finance crisis and all of it. So definitely we will be more focused of some that areas that will be very important. But basically we are not going to change all of the program. So, and I would agree with Ghassan about that strong community and that relations.
Welcome on board, Sarah. Welcome on board.
And maybe to complete, I think that we cannot as well drastically change the programs. But one important thing I think is to actually go back to all of the alumni that were through a program and might be in difficulties, and to straighten the program and to widen it to the people currently in programs and the alumni, and bring them back to straighten the program and bring the community back together in order to be stronger in this situation and to have much more interaction. So it does straighten a lot of the interactions, and I think the support program should be also focused on all the people that participated in the local incubators activities before, not only the ones that are being set up right now.
Cool. Very, very good points there. Thank you so much, guys. I really enjoyed talking to you, and I think we heard so many amazing things that you're doing, so many amazing things we can think about and try to do something about it in our sectors, in our realities. thank you so much for your time. I think Ivana, I guess you will take over because you're sneaked there.
Welcome Ivana on board.
She'll just take over and like, yeah.
Take over, Ivana.
You're muted.
Hi guys. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi everyone. I abused the position of moderator of the conference to jump in on the stage, but yes, Jelena had to move to another session, which is starting now with Sara. So I guess that Sara is also in the hurry to prepare for the next session on social innovation in a nutshell. But before that, I wanted to thank you all for participation. Thank for great moderation from Milos. Nordos is also doing amazing job on promoting the startup scene here in Serbia. So that's something that we didn't speak and didn't have chance to speak at all. But special thanks, I'm sorry for doing this, but special thanks to Ghassan for joining us. I had a great pleasure of being for 5 days in Amman in Jordan as his guest and meet all the amazing people that they are working with. So
too much food, guys, huh?
Yes, and I'm still owning him visit here to Belgrade to meet our local ecosystem. So I truly hope that that's COVID messing around, because if it weren't for COVID, he would already be here in March and visit the Serbian ecosystem. So hopefully we will do that. And yes, thank you guys one more time. And I would just, as a take out from all this, says that partnerships and connections and networking, I think it's very important for all of us to learn from each other, because all of you are doing amazing work in your countries and worldwide, and we need to learn a lot from each other and implement all that in working with young people, because we need to really inspire and motivate young people to bring more great impact into the world and so on. So thank you for this inspiring session, and
thank you very much.
Thank you. If I would add something, that guys, like Ivana, if you want anything from Jordan, any partnership in Jordan, any players in Jordan and MENA region, we are very, very, very happy to support. And yes, connection and partnership is the key, but good heart, good soul is the key. So once we work with this, it's gonna be okay.
And the good food is the key.
Yeah.
See you guys, and I'm very soon.
Ciao, guys. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye,
thank
guys.
you very much.
Bye.
Yes, and just for the end, before everything's finished, I'm just using the opportunity to invite everyone who is watching to visit also the Social Innovation Forum conference tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Tomorrow we are speaking about green economy and have some great green panels and young green entrepreneurs presenting their success stories. And Thursday is dedicated to businesses and SDGs. And I will now move to Serbian language. So hvala vam svima. Nadam se da ste uživali u ovoj inspirativnoj sesiji sa programima koji rade sa mladima u različitim delovima sveta. Sada već počinje i počela je radionica za mlade o tome šta su socijalne inovacije. U 4 sata počinju druge 2 radionice, jedna je namenjena takođe mladima koji rade partneri iz RISE programa, kako pokrenuti socijalna preduzeća. Ukoliko se niste prijavili za neke od ovih radionica i želite možda last minute prijave, treba da pošaljete mail na office@smartcollective.org pa ćemo vidjeti da vas uključimo u radionice. Što se tiče sutrašnjeg programa, sutra su na programu dakle sesije o zelenoj ekonomiji. Prva sesija je panel sesija, nakon toga imamo jedan inspirativan razgovor sa mladim zelenim preduzetnicima koji su pokrenuli neke inovacije kod nas i popodne opet imamo radionicu o tome kako pokrenuti zeleni biznis koju vodi preduzetnica i konsultantkinja Sonja Dakić koja je prošla sama kroz proces pokretanja jednog zelenog preduzeća. Petak je rezervisan za priču o donacijama viškova hrane i SDG-evima i kako kompanije mogu da daju veći, bolji doprinos rešavanju ciljeva održivog razvoja. I na kraju dana takođe jedna radionica o tome kako kompanije mogu dakle da uključe SDG-eve u svoje poslovanje. Petak ostaje takođe još jedna radionica o financijama i kako bolje upravljati financijama za vreme kriza kao što je COVID. Pratite dakle i dalje program online. Za sve informacije, ukoliko ste niste prijavili za neke sesije, pišite nam na office@smartcollective.org. Odjavljamo se za danas iz live streama. Sve ostale su radionice za registrovane učesnike preko Zooma. Vidimo se sutra. Ćao!